I'm Dominique.
My name is Stardacia Hudson.
And our show is Let's Talk About It.
We are with a company called ATR, which is All Things Relevant Media. The CEO is Julius Hall. And pretty much he created this company because he wanted to provide a platform for Black media and for Black artists to be able to have a platform and share their opinions.
ATR is a company that hosts multiple podcasts. They actually have a podcast with different city officials. So being that we represent the youth of Savannah, it's a grand opportunity, and it's building a bridge between the older generations and the younger generations in the city. And we all bring something different to the table. So a lot of times I'll talk about love and relationships or education, and we'll just, bounce off of each other's ideas.
It's a free-flowing platform, so all opinions are welcome. So that's my view of what the podcast is, and I think it's really fun because we do anything. Like, we talk about anything, and it's called Let's Talk About It. So if you have a topic, let's talk about it.
One thing that we really love to do is bring on different guests and highlight different people in the community. So that's one thing that we really pride ourselves in doing too, is not just having a platform for us, but providing a platform for other people as well.
We all are different, different individuals with different opinions. So I feel like that adds a lot of, flavor. But also I don't want to get too personal, like it's kind of hard, opening up, because everyone can see. So I think that's a challenge for me,
Yeah, I agree with that. That is a challenge. Just trying to not overshare, especially because a live audience is watching and you don't know who is watching. Right. Especially like right now, we're living in cancel culture. Probably get canceled like really quickly. But it is rewarding to just see people actually want to listen to us. Like, we get comments where we answer questions, and just to see people actually engaging and listening and wanting to know our opinions, that's the most rewarding thing to me.
It was a challenge at first, trying to kind of be just in a live thing and talk and trust myself that I can just say how I feel. I think what they're talking about is so true, because we live in cancel culture, and because you don't want to get too personal. It's there's this fine line between balancing speaking my truth but then also holding back.
Well, I feel like we're living in vulnerable times, and people appreciate having a real connection with others, and I feel like we should be transparent so we can build that bridge and build a community. You aren't the only one that's going through this, and maybe if we talk about it, that'll open the dialogue.
I think it's our duty to be empathetic, to just not take sides. So I think that's how we can, help other people, basically.
People are leaning towards wanting authenticity. They want truth. They just want transparency. And being a platform where we're providing that for them, I think it's so important because, the media, politicians, so many people it's just so much disillusion. We really want to be authentic so that people can feel like they can trust us. We're a safe place, that we aren't trying to influence their thoughts, but we're just trying to provide a place where we can have these uncomfortable conversations.
We're all humans, we're all flawed, and if we talk about it, we can do life together, work through it together, and just make this world a better place for everyone, especially in these vulnerable times we're in.
ATR was already looking for something for the youth to connect to people, and I felt being a Black woman at SCAD, I looked at the opportunity and I was like, why not? Because I feel like our experience isn't talked about a lot. Or if it's not talked about, a lot of people just don't care. But I get the questions all the time. So I felt like it was the perfect opportunity to come on the podcast just to have my voice heard by, not only my peers, not only, the students here, but by my whole community, my community back home in Alabama, my community here in Savannah. I felt like it was just a great opportunity to just go ahead and just say what I gotta say, no matter what it is, watching my mouth, but saying what I gotta say.
Savannah is the oldest city in Georgia. Well, one of the oldest cities in this country. It's very historical, it's very beautiful. And especially in the Black community, it's a bridge. you know, we have to build a bridge in our community, because I just feel like it's a lack of understanding. You know, maybe SCAD students, they come from different places, they have a different culture, you know, but if they're in Savannah, they should be able to, you know, like find like-minded people that are able to, connect them to different resources in the city. It's just all about building the operation. So as Blacks in Savannah, we can have more efficiency when it comes to art renaissance and communication.
And like Dawn was saying about being a Black woman, I think that's such an experience that at SCAD, and we're still in the minority, and there's a lot of us, and I want to be able to give them a platform as well, a voice. And the conversations we have, I walk out of them with new perspectives as well. Like, it's not just us sharing stuff, it's us actually having a dialogue.
I have a passion for the youth, so I work with inner city youth a lot, and I feel like if they don't know where we come from, you know, they're not going to know, you know, where they're going. And I feel like miseducation leads to misbehavior, you know, and in the inner cities, we see a lot of chaos, we see a lot of violence because they're just miseducated and they don't know where we come from. So I feel like, you know, spreading Black knowledge and Black history will connect them more to, you know, who they truly are and the ability they have to be successful.
To me, it's important to know my history because, you know, like she said, I want to see somebody that looks like me, you know, that is achieving things that I probably thought that I couldn't achieve, or someone else around me. Like Star says, she works with children. And it's nice to just know that you can give them that future. If they look at it and they know, like, hey, they did this and she looks just like you, or he looks just like you can do it too. So I feel like it is nice to just know your background, to just know what you're capable of.
I feel like even going into college years and post-college, there's not a lot, at least in my experience, I don't feel like I learn a lot about a lot of great Black artists or influencers and in my education. And so I think that it's important that we highlight them just because people should know more about what people that look like them are doing so that they don't feel like that's unachievable or unattainable. I think the more stories we share that diversify the experience, not even just Black people, but other cultures, it does something to a person when they see someone that looks like them doing something that they never thought they could achieve. And so I think it's so important to celebrate the achievements of different cultures outside of just the month that we want to celebrate them or honor them.
We highlight, you know, all different types of people in different industries. So if you know anyone at SCAD who wants to come on our podcast and, you know, talk about the upcoming projects they have, we would love that. We also air on Facebook Live and YouTube on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. So catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, 1 p.m. Eastern through All Things Relevant Media.